Since Mr. Peter Obi, the leading presidential aspirant in the People's Democratic Party, left the party and moved to the Labour Party of Nigeria to actualize his aspiration to become the president of Nigeria. A lot of questions are being asked. What structures do Labour Party have to help Mr. Peter Obi actualize his dreams for Nigeria and to actualize the expectations of his supporters for him to emerge the president of Nigeria? Well, let us examine some of the structures that the Labour Party has in Nigeria. First, by stating that Labour Party of Nigeria is a party owned by the Nigerian workers, by all the trade unions in Nigeria, Nigerian Labour Congress, Trade Union Congress, and all of that. They are the owners of Labour Party. And they are found in 774 local governments across Nigeria. They are found in all the 36 states of the Federation, including the Federal Capital Territory. Now, it is important to look at what is the structure do they have? What are the structures that they have? If you look at their numbers alone and how widespread workers are in Nigeria, both local government worker, state government worker, federal civil service, and what have you, you find out that these are enormous number of people who are also influencers in their various communities that can help to send the message of labor and the message of Peter Obi to ordinary Nigerians in their areas of influence. That, to me, is actually a very important structure. As long as the labor officials and especially the workers are convinced that they are tired of all their sufferings under the hands of People's Democratic Party and All Progressive Congress, which has led to several years of salaries being owed, several years of some states paying 30% of people's salary, several years of gratuities and pensions not being paid. Now, if they are tired of that kind of life and move to effect a change through the party of their own, then that is an enormous potential and addition to Mr. Peter Obi's campaign as a presidential candidate of Labour Party. Now, the interesting news is this. Of recent, the, the labor unions had made effort to retake their party from politicians. Yes, recently, the Trade Union Congress, TUC, said that Labour Party said that they have taken over the Labour Party, taken it back from the politicians who had hitherto hijacked it. So the Labour are being reinvigorated by that kind of thought. He said they are taking it back from the politicians. You know, politicians have taken over Labour, especially during the time, Labour participated effectively in 2007 election, in which it won a member in the House of Representatives. It won the governorship election in Ondo State through Dr. Olusegun Mimiku. But it has been downhill slide for a very long time, because even the Mimiku, after winning the election, he left the party and joined PDP. Now, why this is important is this: Labour Party has been taken back by the workers. It has been taken back by the Nigerian Labour Congress, TUC, and all the labor unions. Before we go ahead, please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, hit the subscription button, like our video, share it, click on the notification bell so that anytime we have a video of this kind, you'll be among the first to know. Now, the Trade Union Congress say that they have taken Labour Party from politicians. And one of the things they have done now is that they have established what they call a political commission in all the 36 states of the Federation. So the labor unions, that the Trade Union Congress, Nigerian Labour Congress, they have created what they call political commission in all the 36 states of the Federation. And they are saying that workers must participate effectively in the 2023 general election. Now, if this is not a structure, I don't know what is a structure. Now, when the chairman of this commission, Dr. Ayo Olorufemi, the chairman of this political commission, Dr. Ayo Olorufemi, when he spoke to Punch newspaper recently, he was emphasizing the fact that these structures will be effective in all the 36 states of the Federation, and they are already in existence, including in Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Their aim was, according to him, is to reinvigorate the workers, to make them to participate effectively. And he was emphatic that workers must play active role in 2023 presidential election. And that Labour Party, they will ensure that they have credible candidates from the lowest elective position to the highest elective position. Now, if you talk about presidential election, which he also mentioned that they are interested in it, and they have somebody like Mr. Peter Obi as their presidential candidate, there will be a lot going for Labour. With this political commission they have established in all the 36 states of the Federation to coordinate the activities of their members. All of us know how Labour, when they want to do their thing, can be. They can shut down the whole country. So if they can put that kind of mentality in their political activism by supporting their own political party, by supporting Mr. Peter Obi to become the next president of Nigeria, Mr. Peter Obi will become unstoppable. So the idea that what structure is Mr. Peter Obi going to use has now been settled. There is a structure that he's going to use, and this structure exists in the 36 states of the Federation, including the Federal Capital Territory. They exist in 774 local government areas of Nigeria. The chairman of the commission is Dr. Ayo Olorufemi, and he has emphasized the importance of workers being active in coming election. And in the person of Mr. Peter Obi, they have a worker-friendly governor, a governor who was never known for owing salaries, a governor who was never known for defaulting in workers' welfare. When he became governor of Anambra State, there was a lot of problem in the unions of Anambra State. Workers were owed several years of salary by the Mbadinuja administration. Debts that were not settled by by Ngige administration that initially usurped P2B's government. When P2B was restored by the courts, he made sure that workers' welfare is prioritized. If you listen to Mr. P2B talk, he keep on emphasizing that whenever the federal allocation of Anambra State arrives, one of the things he does was to prioritize the payment of workers' salary, the payment of pensions and gratuity, then saving money for Anambra State. Then whatever is left is what he will use to work and solve other problems of the state. That was a deliberate strategy that he used throughout his 8 years as governor of Anambra State. In all those 8 years of his administration, there was no time that workers were not prioritized. Please, as you watch this, if there is any time you know when workers went on strike under Mr. P2B, you can tell us about it on the comment box so that we can cross check and verify your facts. But for all I know that when he became governor of Anambra State, he was able to settle all the issues that were intractable, that they couldn't be solved by the previous administration, and restored sanity in Anambra Civil Service. So well that by the time he was leaving office, nobody was owed salary, pension, or arrears. No contractor was owed. So Mr. Obi's impeccable fiscal management of Anambra resources is an indication of how he will treat the workers of Nigeria and why they have to support him, and why I believe that if the workers realize what they will gain in Mr. P2B presidency, they will help to establish one of the most unprecedented structures this country has ever seen. Because the workers are suffering in Nigeria. Even their minimum wage cannot even afford to buy a bag of rice. Their take-home pay cannot take them home. No reasonable worker who has an opportunity in Labour Party that is party of their own will trust in APC or PDP to bring me to be the Messiah that will save them in 2023. In fact, by 2023, the way this economy is going, if it is not handed over to a good economic manager like Mr. P2B, you are likely to see in the first few months of 2023, Naira sliding to the lowest level ever. Already the dollar is about 600 Naira or thereabout in the parallel market. It's going to get worse. By the first 2 weeks, the first 1 month of 2023, if nothing is done very carefully, the Naira we are seeing today will slide to the level whereby it will be 1,000 Naira to the dollar. We pray it doesn't get to that, but it's not a question of prayer. It's a question of proper management of the economy. Are workers ready to live in a Nigeria under that kind of economy? Or do they prefer to have a man who will actually manage the economy well, reduce the burgeoning debt of Nigeria, increase the savings of Nigeria, increase the productivity of Nigeria? That is the question that the workers of Nigeria have to answer. But if I am to go by what the labor unions are doing right now, as they are all returning back and congregating around Labour Party and have reclaimed it from politicians who had hitherto hijacked it, then there is hope for Nigeria. There is hope for Mr. Peter Obi presidency. Because from all indication, Mr. Peter Obi has shown that he's a worker-friendly politician. He's not like the other politicians who treat workers with disdain. There are some people who are contesting for president in APC. In their government, they are paying workers 30%. Sometimes they pay them 40% in a month of their salary. Sometimes they pay them 25%, depending on how they feel. But they have enough money to run around the whole country campaigning to be president and all that. So that is why it is important that workers should, like they say in local parlance, shine their eyes. But the good news is that there is political structure in APC. So when anybody tells you that there's no political structure, no structure in APC, in a Labour Party, when somebody they tell you that there's no structure in Labour Party that can be able to drive Peter Obi presidency or help him to win, you tell them that there is a structure. There is a structure that has been established by the TUC and NLC, Nigerian Labour Congress. These unions have created political commission and is headed by Dr. Ayo Olorufemi. You can go and Google him. He is the coordinator of all the political commissions around the country, set up by the Nigerian workers. So Nigerian workers are ready for 2023. And with Peter Obi as their presidential candidate, they are going to do wonders. What is important is for everyone in Nigerian Labour Congress, Trade Union Congress, and all the unions, including us, that have been going on strike almost every year in the past 10 years or more. They have to gravitate towards the Labour Party and help the Labour Party to produce the next president of Nigeria. Now, if ASU and other unions, including Nigerian Labour Congress, congregate around their party, the Labour Party of Nigeria, they are going to do wonders in 2023 presidential election. 2023 presidential election will be their best year ever outside of their achievement in 2007 general election when they won House of Representatives and won the government house in Ondo State under the governorship of Dr. Olusegun Mimiko. So this video, I purposely made it so that people will not be deceived that Labour Party has no structures. They indeed have structures. They have activated that structure. They have reinvigorated that structure, and they are ready to go in 2023 general election. So Mr. Peter Obi is ready. Many Nigerians will be looking forward to the day when Mr. Peter Obi will face other presidential candidates of other parties. And I hope that Labour will eventually formalize his emergence as their presidential candidate and all that, so that the campaign can kick off in earnest. But in terms of structure, there is a structure to drive Mr. Peter Obi to the presidency in 2023. And Mr. Peter Obi himself is a structure of himself. Because if you look at his massive followership all over the country, that is an enormous goodwill. You cannot trade that goodwill for anything in the world. He has enormous followership across Nigeria. across party line. And he is going to be the force that will shake the presidency in 2023 in terms of causing an offset with support of the workers, with his own enormous goodwill, with his knowledge of management of economy and all that, which he exhibited as governor of Anambra State. The sky is the limit for Mr. Peter Obi in 2023 presidential election. And he is going to show and shake the paradigm of politics in Nigeria. Because what Nigerians are going to witness from what I have observed with Peter Obi moving to Labour is that there is going to be a paradigm shift in political power negotiation and acquisition in Nigeria in 2023, and it's going to be led by Mr. Peter Obi. Thank you for watching, and please, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscription button, like our video, share it, and hit the notification bell so that anytime when we have a video of this kind, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you.